Olympics.
You bet. The athletes that we have with us today are some of our junior team athletes that started in an exact program like this in various cities around the country. And the kids you see behind me, we're hoping are going to be the future of luge in the United States.
That's incredible. So what are you going to do with these kids today? You know, how are you going to teach them? What are some of the techniques that you think they can learn in their first time?
Well, this is for, I'm guessing, most of them their very first time on a luge sled. So, you know, we're going to start with the basics: how to lay on the sled, how to steer the sled, how to stop the sled. And of course, the Wilbur Shaw Soapbox Derby course is just a perfect luge course for us. So we're hoping to find some future luge athletes here in Indianapolis.
We talked to you earlier and you reminded us that, oh, that guy's going on a little crazy right now.
That was intentional, believe it or not.
Oh, okay. All right, good. I didn't know what was going on there. Fred, question. Earlier we showed some Olympic video, and got to remind parents, though, the idea of this is a little scary. We're talking 80 miles per hour for these Olympians. These kiddos are not going to go that fast, right?
Yeah, exactly. Today they'll be hitting maybe 25, 30 miles an hour on this hill, but that's where it starts. You know, we start them slow, and eventually when they're into the sport for a few years, they will be doing 80, 90 miles an hour.
That's incredible. So, Fred, remind people right now, if they wake up and see this and their kids say, hey, I want to try that today, they can come. Where are you guys located and what time? We've got the info on the screen.
You bet. We're at the Wilbur Shaw Soapbox Derby course. We have a clinic today at 9 o'clock and 2 o'clock, and also the same schedule tomorrow on Sunday. So 9 to 13-year-old boys and girls, it's free. Everybody gets a t-shirt, so come on out and try luge. All
right, if you want to be an Olympian, kiddos, this is a chance to do it. Fred, thank you. We appreciate your help here on Weekend Sunrise.
Thank you, Nicole.
It is 9:12 and going gluten-free. It's a big trend right now in today's...
Often hear about colleges recruiting young football and basketball players, but there's another recruitment program happening in Indianapolis this weekend, and as Fox 59's Zach Myers explains, it's one that could take a local kid to the Olympics someday.
Most of us have never done this before, probably never will. Cruising just a few inches off the road on a street luge sled. But this weekend, some local kids are getting the chance, and for some, it could become a serious thing.
The weekend clinics are relatively simple, but for us, this is literally how we find our new athletes.
This is the USA Luge Slider Search. Coaches and athletes from Team USA are in town hoping to recruit young athletes who could eventually compete in the Winter Olympics.
In other words, athletes that have natural good position on the sled, understand very quickly how the sled steers, and those athletes that show potential we're going to invite back to Lake Placid to the U.S. Olympic Training Center in Lake Placid this winter.
The Wilbur Shaw Soapbox Derby course is the perfect place for the sessions, which are open to any child age 9 to 13.
It's kind of like sledding, just without the snow.
I knew that he was gonna, roll down the hill at high speeds on a sled, but I didn't know anything else about it.
The kids are obviously having fun, but for the U.S. Olympic team, this is a big deal. At the Vancouver Games in 2010, 8 of the 10 members of the U.S. Luge team came up through this program, like Nick Stagg.
You don't really feel like you're going 80 miles an hour, which is what I was clocked out in Park City. But it's definitely fun. You have a lot of control over it.
It's not too hard. All you have to do is really tap it with your leg, and then it turns. So it's pretty easy. Going through the cones.
And have you hit any?
One. No, I haven't, but on the first time down, the green cones at the end, I hit one on the edge.
It may be a long way from topping 90 miles an hour on ice, but for some of these youngsters, it could be a first step toward competing for a gold medal someday. Zach Myers, Fox 59 News.
So if you think your son or daughter would like to give it a try, there are more free sessions tomorrow. Any boy or girl between the ages of 9 and 13 can come. Tomorrow's sessions are from 9 a.m. till noon and 2 p.m. until 5. That's at the Wilbur Shaw Soapbox Derby course at 30th and Cold Spring Road. A quiet night.
It is a program to find Olympic athletes, and the USA Luge Slider Search is in Indy this weekend. While top athletes reach over 90 miles an hour, these first-timers operate at a bit slower pace. But the free event lets kids ages 8 to 13 learn more about luge from Olympians who went through the same program.
The weekend clinics are relatively simple, but for us, this is literally how we find our new athletes. In the last Olympic Games in Vancouver in 2010, 8 of the 10 athletes that we had on our Olympic team started in this program, so it works very well for us.
I think I'm going to try more of it.
He's ready. Now, the kids with big potential will be invited to the U.S. Olympic Training Center at Lake Placid. Now, if your child wants to try the free program, it continues tomorrow at the Wilbur Shaw Soapbox Derby course. That's at West 30th and Cold Spring Road. You can stop by between 9 and 12 or between 2 and 5 p.m. Victory